Hello and welcome to Warp Zone. My name's Allison.
And I'm Jackie. If you're looking for a way to escape for the next 4 years during the Donald Trump presidency, here's your solution. You can join this cruise for $256K per person. You have your own room for 4 years. Or you can pay $160K per person for double occupancy room for 4 years. All food, beers, and wines are included.
Hashtag not sponsored.
We didn't say which company.
The Trump Company. Thank you to everyone who's joining us. This is your, at this point, bi-weekly entertainment and gaming news podcast. I apologize for my depression slowing us down. Jackie, talk to me. How's things going?
Okay, let's move on to small talk, and we're gonna talk about food. So, Alice, tell me, what's your comfort food?
My comfort food. You know, I don't know if like every country has this at KFC. I'm assuming most countries have
I
KFC.
think most, yeah. Most.
But in South Africa, there's like a zinger burger and stuff.
Oh, yes.
The spicy burger or chicken sandwich, as Americans would say. But there's like a wicked zinger box meal that comes with the burger and mash and like 4 zinger wings, so 4 spicy wings and chips. So it's like the whole fucking thing and a drink. If I really have the worst time in the world, that is a huge pick me up until I have to go to the bathroom.
I like the KFC chicken. It's not because of the chicken itself, it's because of the skin. The skin is the best part of the chicken.
Yeah, that's why I prefer. Look, I don't even like the chicken pieces that much from KFC. No offense to KFC. The burgers are great and the wings are cool, but when I want like good chicken, I go to Chicken Licken. No offense. Chicken Licken fully cooks through the chicken. There's no pink. Maybe the skin's not as good, but at least their chickens come in different flavors. Yeah, I like it. It's good.
Why you choose KFC over Chicken Licken for comfort food?
Because the burger, purely for the burger.
Oh, because the burger.
Yeah, purely like KFC's burger and mash. That's a match made in heaven.
For those who doesn't know what Chicken Licken is, it's kind of like KFC, but I think it's a cheaper option, right?
Yeah, it's slightly yeah, at this point it's much cheaper considering like a KFC meal is gonna be like $60, $50. You can
Yeah.
probably it's the same thing at Chicken Licken for like 30.
And what I like about KFC beside the chicken is I like the popcorn chicken and I like the gravy they have with the mashed potato.
Yeah, the mash was crazy. My uncle, yeah, he still works. He works for Nestle. And
Mm,
they make, like a lot of like outside of the chocolates and stuff like that, right? You know, you can't buy like a Milky Bar chocolate sauce, right? Or Bar One chocolate sauce. You're
mm,
just not gonna find those things. But they make those things for like the milkshakes and stuff at KFC. So he just
mm.
had the actual sauces, like the raw sauce,
No way.
raw sauce and stuff. And at some point they had, I think it wasn't necessarily for KFC or anything, but it was like maybe trying to replicate them. It looks like a water dispenser, but instead of dispensing water, it like made the mash and gravy.
What?
Yeah, so he would put like real potatoes, peel potatoes, and put them in, and then the gravy came in like these sachets of powder, and then it cooks and everything inside, and then yeah, it was just like the KFC one. He had that for a while. That was amazing.
You know, speaking of gravy, do you know poutine?
I've never had poutine. I actually want to try it. I'm not a fruits and veggie kind of guy, but I've always heard about poutine, so I want to try like poutine chips and poutine meals and all that stuff, you know?
Yeah, so poutine is as you say, chips, French fries, mixed with cheese. I forgot what's that cheese called, but you put some cheese on top, and then you put the gravy on top of the cheese and the fries together. So the cheese melted a little bit, just enough to cover the fries and the gravy together, and it tastes so good. I first have that poutine when I was studying in Canada at high school, and I remember I went to the cafeteria. They sell those fries thingy, and I didn't know what is that because they look so good with the gravy on. And then I'm just like, what is that? I asked the lady at the cafeteria, and they say it's poutine. I say, oh, okay, can I try it? And I bought a little cup of poutine. It's just the best thing ever at my high school. So every single lunchtime, I would just go to the cafeteria and have poutine for my 3 years at high school in Canada.
Wow, is it that good? Like, I do want to try it. I do really want to try it because we don't. Maybe we have it in South Africa, but not in like the normal shops. I've never seen poutine. You know what I mean?
No, not in normal shops, but I think you can kind of make it at home. It's different, but I guess you can taste a little bit of how poutine supposed to taste when you make it at home as well. We do that. Me and Josh do that sometimes to make poutine at home. It's different than what you taste outside, but it's still pretty good.
Oh,
In Canada, even though like McDonald's, Burger King, I forgot what's the other burger store. Most of the burger store in Canada they have poutine, and every single fast food restaurant their poutine tastes different. So that's very good. What is your main goal for food?
my main goal in food for food wise to eat.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
good food.
I mean, any specific category.
Any specific category? I want to travel the world and eat the food from the world. I want to try pizza in Italy, and I want to
Ooh.
try burgers in America, and I want to try, Chinese food in China.
When you talk about burgers, when I normally order a burger in McDonald's or something, I normally order two because the burger is not that big and I like burgers, so I order two normally. I remember that time when I was in LA, I ordered a burger. I forgot which restaurant. The burger in US is so big that for me, as I told you before, I normally order two burgers. I cannot even finish half of the burger they have in that restaurant. Is that how big their burger is? And
Oh,
I love
damn.
it.
Have you been to Mustang Sally?
No, what is that?
It's like an American style diner here in Pretoria. So it's off the highway at a garage, but the burgers are massive, the drinks are massive. There's
Oh,
alcoholic milkshakes, and yeah, like there's all kinds of weird burgers like the Elvis burger or the cheesy dunked burger that's like a burger with a bunch of cheese on it and it's dunked in cheese sauce, so it's like a
like a saucy burger.
very saucy burger, like dunked in the sauce, like the bun.
But the thing is, your Rockomamas in South Africa is not bad though. It's pretty good actually.
Oh yeah, Rockamomas is pretty good, but it's not. I mean, it's pretty new in my life, but I've had it. It's good. It's just I haven't had the greatest service at every Rockamomas I've been to, because I work a lot of retail. So
Hmm.
sometimes when they would be like on my lunch, I order something and then I'll come back to get it. And then they know you're not going to tip them, so it's the coldest burgers, the driest burgers. Like someone ordered the exact same thing you ordered, and then they never came for it, and they gave your fresh one to that person, and you got the shitty one because they don't like you. I hated it. But some places, fantastic.
Maybe it's different because normally I went out and dined in Wakamama, and I remember the service in Durban. They are pretty good. The other thing is, they have a paper under your burger, right? When they serve you, there's like a wooden board, and they put a paper on top and the burger on top of the paper. That's how they serve.
Yeah, yeah.
I normally ask them for extra paper so I can wrap around the whole burger, so I don't need to use my bare hand to touch the burger. And I remember every single time I ask them for extra paper, extra paper, extra paper, so I can wrap the burger. And I remember before I left Durban, one of the Wakumamas, the last time I went there, they changed their paper to a bigger paper. So you can actually wrap the whole burger.
Wow. Do you feel like you made a difference?
I did! I certainly did. And I'm so proud of myself.
I guess let's get on with the show. What can you tell me?
Oh, because we have a week in for the gap, I have a lot of entertainment news want to tell everyone. First, I want to talk about Freevee. They are officially shutting down. For those who don't know, Freevee launched in 2019 as IMDb Free Dive. A few months later, it rebranded to IMDb TV, and then again in 2022 to Freevee. All these changes happen under Amazon MGM Studios umbrella. Freevee is currently available in the US, UK, Germany, and Austria. Freevee gained popularity as an ad-supported free streaming service. It allowed viewers to watch Prime Video shows for free, including The Wheel of Times, The Summer I Turned Pretty, and A League of Their Own. Freevee also offered original content like Judy Justice, Neighbors, America's Test Kitchen, The Next Generation, Bosch Legacy, and Jury Duty. According to an Amazon spokesperson, they decided to phase out freebie branding to simplify the viewing experience for customers. The change won't affect the content available to Prime members. Free streaming content will remain in front of Prime Video paywall and still be accessible to non-Prime members. Since Prime Video introduced ads earlier this year, Prime members now need to pay additional $2.99 per month to avoid ads. Freevee's content team has already been integrated into Amazon MGM Studios, and its business team is now part of Prime Video. There's no layoff expected as part of the restructuring. Jury Duty earned 4 Emmy nominations, including one of the Outstanding Comedy Series. While Amazon hasn't shared recent viewer status in 2022, Vivi's active user base has tripled from 2020, reaching 65 million subscribers. And in other news, if you watch YouTube or follow influencers, you probably heard of Jeffree Star. Recently, he opened up about how much money he make in a single day. Jeffree Star, known for his makeup tutorials and reviews on YouTube, appeared on the Cancel podcast on Wednesday, November 13th. During the interview, he revealed that he can make $50,000 just by going live on TikTok. When asked about what he does during the streaming, Jeffrey shared that he often sells his makeup products, but even when he's not selling, he will stream from his kitchen, wearing a bathrobe and slippers, making bacon in the morning. Then he would make $50,000 just by doing that. Other times, he just chats with followers about his Vegas trips or whatever he does. Then viewers will send him gift and support through the app. He also added that in early days, he would normally film for a couple hours, but now no one has that kind of attention span anymore. He just does live stream and film less. Despite of what he makes, Jeffrey mentioned that he doesn't keep all the money for himself. He often donates to smaller content creators, saying he dropped like 5,000 on someone live stream sleeping on their car. And he shared his profits with other people. Another news, Sydney Sweeney recently shared her thought on women supporting each other in Hollywood, and her experience might not be what you think it is. Hollywood producer Carol Baum, known for her work on films like Dead Rangers, Father of the Bride, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer as a producer and as an executive, criticized Sydney's romantic comedy Anyone But You as unwatchable. As an interview early this year with New York Times film critic Janet Maslin, Carol made a comment back in April this year stating that she doesn't understand why Sydney Whitney is popular. Carol even asked her class to explain to her how Sydney Whitney becomes so popular, exclaiming that she is not pretty and she can't act. According to Carol, no one in her class could provide an answer. After the interview with New York Times film critic was published, Sydney's representative fired back at Carol for having the audacity to attack another woman. They issued a statement saying, "How sad that a woman in position to share her expertise and experience chooses instead to attack another woman. If that's what she has learned in her decade in the industry and feels it's inappropriate to teach her student, then that's shameful. To unjustly disparage a fellow female producer speak volume about Miss Baum's character." Now back to November 13th. During an interview with Vanity Fair, Sydney mentioned that it is very disheartening to see women tear another woman down, especially when a young, talented woman like herself who works really hard and become successful in different avenues for the industry, and then trying to bash and discredit any work they have done. She said that in Hollywood, when people talk about women empowering another woman, none of it is actually happening. According to her, it's all fake and a front for all the other shit they have said behind everyone's back. Sydney mentioned that maybe that's the reason behind how women were raised, and perhaps it's a generational problem. The belief that only one woman can be at the top, only one woman can get the man, and only one woman can succeed. When this happens, all women feel like they have to fight each other to bring that one woman down instead of lifting each other up. She added that she's still trying to figure out why she was being attacked. In my opinion, this may not be a hard truth, what Sydney said. I also work in industry outside of the entertainment business, and even in regular business, what Sydney said applies there as well. So, yeah. Speaking of reflecting on Hollywood, Glenn Powell also has his own view on it. Speaking to Vanity Fair for the annual Hollywood issues, Glenn Powell talked about his struggles building his career in Hollywood. He often feels that throughout his artistic life, he's been exposed to difficulties and has to force himself to see the light at the end of the tunnel during his downtimes. He said that even during his darkest moment, when he couldn't see anything happening, he has to sort to lie to himself, or at least a little bit, and act like this was just a chapter of the story where things were not going his way. Even the people he admires, the one he's chasing after, may have experienced the same things. He said you have to understand all aspects of the business and find every possible way to put yourself out there. Glenn says sometimes people tell him, oh man, auditioning must be tough. And he would reply, no, auditioning is a luxury. Finding an agent, finding anyone to talk to you at the damn party, having enough money to pay headshots, trying to pay the acting classes, and trying to get better. These are the things no one talk about. He also said auditioning feels like being at a party. You have gotten past the velvet rope. You may not be able to afford a drink at the party, but at least you're in it. And so often in Hollywood, most of the time you are outside of their velvet rope, and most of the time the bouncer isn't even allowing you anywhere near the vicinity. Glenn also understands that having very little going on in a town where importance is based on how booked you are and can often feel like the worst thing in the world. The currency of Hollywood is how relevant you are and what your last job was. It makes you oppressive self-aware. Many struggling actors may seem like they're caught in a cycle of trying to push forward for no reason other than being seen. Glenn Powell had two hit movies this year, Anyone But You and Twisters. His other movie, Hitman, is coming on Netflix. His upcoming project is the remake of the 1987 sci-fi action film, The Running Man. So it sounds like he's doing well at the moment in Hollywood. And speaking of people in Hollywood, Kim Kardashian is slowly keeping up her tech. Remember when we talked about Tesla event a couple weeks ago and the futuristic product they show off during the event? Well, we know Kim is a big fan of Tesla. She even owns a Cybertruck. In one of her latest Instagram stories, she posted a headline saying, "Meet my new friend at Tesla." Apparently, Kim got an Optimus robot from Tesla just last week. In the Instagram video, she tested some of the robot's features. First, Kim greeted Optimus with a wave, then the robot waved back at her. Then she asked him to make a heart shape with his hand, and Optimus completed the task perfectly. With his automation, Optimus showed off his range of motion, including running movement, doing the hula, and even raising the roof. After that, King tried to play rock, paper, scissors with Optimus. The robot was a bit slow, but King managed to beat him by choosing scissors against his paper. But the humanoid robot isn't the only thing she got from Tesla. They also sent her a cyber cap with a gold Optimus inside. According to Elon Musk, the Dodge father himself, the Optimus robot support any language. It can even pick up your kid from school, and if you want, it can teach them everything they need to know at home. The Optimus robot is priced between $20,000 and $30,000. For long term, Elon Musk believes the future could hold a ratio of more than one humanoid robot per human, maybe 2 or even 10 for every person. This could give humanity about a 1% chance of civilization ending in any given century. So there you go. And speaking of robot, there's a tiny robot in China that kidnapped two big Chinese bots from the Shanghai showroom. On August 26th this year in Shanghai, a company called Hangshou Robot Manufacturer created an AI robot named Urban. They placed this robot in the Shanghai robot manufacturer's showroom. At night, the security cameras captured the entire incident. This video was posted on Douyin, which is the Chinese version of TikTok. In the footage, you can see Urban asking one of the large robots, "Are you working overtime?" To which the large robot replied, "I never get off work." Then Urban asks again, "So you're not going home?" The large robot replied, "I don't have a home." Urban then said, "Then come home with me." And then the little robot Urban lead the way out of the showroom. By the end, two large robots and 10 other robots followed Urban out of the showroom, simply responding to his command, "Go home." The Hangshou company explained that they had contacted the Shanghai robot manufacturer and asked if their robot could be abducted, to which they agreed. However, nothing beyond that was staged. Urban is an AI-powered robot. It rented the command to convince other robots to follow him. But Hangshou developers said the kidnapping did not take place entirely according to the script. During the design process, the developer only wrote some basic instructions for Urban, such as "go home" and simple communication command, and rest of the interaction and dialogue was happening in real time between Urban and the robot group. So what they are saying is the communication between Urban and other robots are based on AI intelligence, and nothing beyond just comment for coming home is scripted. Anything else is based on AI, and the little robot kidnap all the other big robot to leave the company. So that's quite interesting. And that's my this week report for Entertainment News. Next, Alice is gonna tell us what's in gaming's in Newcomers Corners.
The official announcement trailer for Monster Hunter Outlanders has dropped. This mobile title is developed by Timmy Studio Group and Capcom to deliver a unique hunting experience for all Monster Hunter fans. So if you're a Monster Hunter fan, look forward to that. Have you ever experienced hunger while playing on your 12,000 Rand PS5?
No, because I don't have a PS5.
Well, you never have to worry about being hungry ever again now. Thanks to Pizza Hut Canada and their amazing 3D printed pizza warmer made to fit your PS5 console.
Oh.
Yes, you've heard me right. You can now jam Call of Duty for hours without a single care in the world. The free downloadable model is available now. So all you need is a 3D printer. So that's like another 15,000 over 12,000 that you've already got for the PS5. And now if you jump for the PS5 Pro, you gotta wait for them to make a model that fits that. But I mean, it's theoretically the same size. They just don't have the same ends. We have some classic Pokemon games coming to the Nintendo Switch Online. That being Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Puzzle League, Pokemon Trading Card Game for the Game Boy Color, and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team for the Game Boy Advance. Any OG fans of those games? Look forward to that.
Would you play that if you have a Nintendo Switch and a membership?
I like Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, and I did play the trading card game for Game Boy Color. I never played any of the Mystery Dungeon games. I've never played Snap, never played Puzzle League. What about you?
I played Snap before, but not the other games before Nintendo Switch Pokemon games. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people like the classic games because of, it's classic and memories in it, right? But for me, it's just, I don't have that kind of memory, so I'm not really into the olden classic games.
No, okay. I mean, that's fair. Well, speaking about Pokemon, El Chico EV's data mines on Pokemon Unite player test servers revealed possible Battle Pass 28 Warm Style Lapras and Holiday Style Mew. So we can look forward to that. And the latest PlayStation Portal update comes with refined volume adjustment settings and cloud streaming beta for over 120 PS5 games. This would be for PlayStation Plus Premium members, of course. Well, that's all the gaming news I have for newcomers. What do we have entertainment-wise, Jackie?
For newcomers entertainment news this week, I'm gonna tell you some behind the scenes detail for the Netflix hit show Squid Game. Hwan Dong-hyuk, the creator of hit Korean drama Squid Game, talked about how when he created the show, he said another season wasn't in the card. At one point, he was even against making another season. So you may wonder what changed his mind. During an interview with BBC, he headed on admitted it's about money. Hwan Dong-hyuk further explained that he didn't make much money from the first season of Squid Game. Create another season would help compensate him for the success of the first season. He also mentioned that in the first season, he didn't fully finish the story as well. It took 10 years to get Squid Game made. Hwan Dong-hyuk took out multiple loans to support his family before Netflix struck a deal with him. Netflix paid him an upfront amount of $21 million for the first season of Squid Game, but the platform estimate generated $900 million from the show. Over the past few years, Netflix has spent billions of dollars investing in Korean shows, bringing the industry to a global scale and gaining widespread recognition. However, this success has left many creators feeling left out. This issue arose from outdated copyright law in Korea, which leave creators feeling unprotected. In the past, creators would receive a cut from the box office sales or TV reruns, but this model doesn't apply to streaming platforms like Netflix. Netflix contract often requires creators to relinquish their copyrights, meaning no matter how much profit Netflix make, show creators may not get a share. This is a global issue, not just specific to Korea. During the summers, the vice president of the Korea Film Directors Guild, Oh Ki-won, told an audience at the event in Seoul that in Korea, being a movie director is just a title. It's not a viable way to make a living. Some directors in Korea even work part-time in warehouse or as taxi drivers. Park Hyun-young, a show writer at the same event, pointed out that she usually spends 4 to 5 years making a show, believing that if it's successful, she will receive the compensation and secure her future. But without that security, she questioned the point of working so hard. Park says she and other show creators are pushing the South Korea government to change the copyright laws to force production companies to share profits. So there you go. If anyone wondering what we can expect from season 2 of Squid Game, the previous winner, Ji-hong, will be re-entering the game. This time he will try to bring the entire game down and save the contestant in the latest rounds. In the previous season, all contestants slept in the same dorm room. This season, the setup will be similar, but with a twist. Half of the room will be marked with a giant red Leon X symbol, while the other half will display a blue circles. So after every game, player will have a choice: end the contest early and survive, or pick a side and keep playing. If the majority people vote to end the game by going to the red circle side, no one win the prize. If the majority votes to continues, which they will go to the blue circle side, the game will go on. This new format will create tension and conflicts between players who want to survive and those determined to win the prize. Hwan Dong-hyuk shared that while the second season may not answer all the big questions about the characters, it will add just some of the plot holes. Viewer will also get to know the front man's past, his story, and his emotions. The second season of Squid Game will be released on Netflix December 26th, 2024. So it's coming soon. Another news, HBO is in a bidding war for a new comedy series. This new show, titled Kansas City Star, will have half-hour episode, and it is executive produced by Kelly Coco from The Big Bang Theory. It created by the Hex Trio, Lucia Aniello, Paul W. Downs, and Jen Stetsky. The deal is still going on, but the show is expected to receive a series order. Kansas City Star follows a semi-famous actress who returned to her hometown to work with a regional theater troupe. Kansas City Star will be the fourth new comedy series ordered by HBO in the past 6 months. The other comedy series that went straight to series are an untitled show starring Steve Carell, another one with Rachel Sennott, and The Chair Company, a half comedy series starring Tim Robinson. So that's for upcoming comedies we are expecting to show in HBO. Sophie Turner is in negotiation to play Lara Croft in an Amazon series. Tomb Raider was picked up by Amazon MGM Studios, and the series was announced back in May. Previously, Lara Croft was played on the big screen by Angelina Jolie and Alicia Vikander. Sophie Turner, an Emmy nominee for her role as Sansa Stark in Game of Thrones, is currently starring in a British drama called Joan. She's also set to appear in another upcoming British show called Haven for Prime Video. Speaking of another TV show on Netflix, Lady Gaga will be joining the Netflix series Wednesday for season 2. Back in January 2023 at the Golden Globes, Jenna Ortega mentioned that she wanted Lady Gaga to join the show's second season. Jenna even mapped out a potential storyline for her. Now it seems her wish is coming true. Full details about Lady Gaga's role and the number of episodes she will appear in are still unknown, and we will have to wait and see how it's going. Netflix have announced Beyonce appear on the Ravens vs. Texans NFL halftime show at Christmas Day. And Conan O'Brien will be hosting the 97th Oscar. The ceremony will take place March 2nd, 2025. And now we're going to talk about new teaser and trailer for this week. New teaser, The Boy and the Octopus is a Disney Christmas live-action movie. It is about a boy who has a curious octopus attached on his head during his vacation, and how they spark their friendship throughout the life together. Taika Waititi is the director of this movie, so it should be good. The teaser for Apple Cider Vinegar is out. This new Netflix series tells the story of Bella Gibson, portrayed by Caitlin Denver, who pretends to have cancer and mislead her social media followers by claiming to use self-care therapies. It is coming soon on Netflix. The ninth Asian teaser is out. Season 2 is coming back January 23rd. The studio teaser is also out. The first teaser for new Suits series, Suits LA, premiere February 23rd on NBC. Welcome to the teaser is out. This is a new Max original series with John Wells, who is an executive producer of Yao and The West Wing. Noah Wai will be in it. It is coming to Max 2025. For trailer, first trailer for Mary is out. It is coming of age biblical story about Mary's conception of Jesus. Anthony Hopkins and Noah Cohen are in it. It is coming out December 6th on Netflix. Lionsgate has created an R-rated horror movie inspired by the Disney character The Little Mermaid. This adaptation will be available on digital platform on December 17th. The Last Showgirls trailer is out. Pamela Anderson is in it. The first trailer for animated movie The Bad Guys 2 has been released. Premiere on August 1st, 2025. The new trailer for Sonic 3 released on Monday, November 25th. So if you're a Sonic fan, go have a look. New trailer for Mickey 17 has been released. Premiere in theater April 18, 2025. A new trailer for Pixar's Elio has been released in theater on June 13, 2025. After 11 years acting retirement, Cameron Diaz is coming back to the screen, teaming up with Jamie Foxx for a new movie called Back in Action. This film is set to premiere on Netflix January 17, 2025. First trailer of the live-action How to Train Your Dragon is out. It looks pretty good. The movie will be hitting theater on June 13, 2025. Lastly, the new trailer for Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy is out. And just in case you're wondering how they attract audience to watch this movie, it is quite simple. You just add some hot younger guys and make them date Bridget Jones. And there you go, you have it. You can catch this movie streaming on Peacock February 13, 2025. What's on right now in theater? We have Wicked. This is probably one of the biggest movie of the year. It scored an impressive 92% on Rotten Tomato and an even higher 99% from the audiences. Just a head up, some theater putting out signs asking people to refrain from saying during the movie. There will be a sing-along version released on December 25th. Gladiator 2 and Predator Badlands are also out in movie theaters. A Mexican gay movie called Straight is out in theater. It is about a banker named Roberto who has been in relationship with a woman Elia for 6 years. One day, Roberto meets a boy through an app and they start having a sexual relationship that leads him to question whether he's really happy in his life. And in video on demand, we have Your Monster, Good Rich, Smile 2, Elevation, We Live in Time, here with Tom Hanks and Robin Wright in it. Amazon Season 1 of Cross is out. I watched the first 3 episodes and it's pretty cool. Netflix, we have The Piano Lesson, Joy, Spellbound, The Married Gentleman, Our Little Secret with Lindsay Lohan, Ian Harding, and Kristen Chenoweth with also in it. Apple TV, we have Season 2 of Sido is going on right now. Bliss, Bread and Roses are also on Apple TV+. Hulu, we have 9-episode miniseries of Say Nothing is on US Hulu. The rest of the world, you can watch it on Disney+. Blink, Robot Dreams, Firebrand, The Good Half with Nick Jonas, Interior Chinatown with Jimmy O Yang, Warren Chan, and Chloe Bennet from Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. is also out on Hulu. And Taika Waititi, also the director for this series as well. Paramount Plus, we have Transformer 1. On HBO Max, we have Watchmen Chapter 1. Others, we have Last Summers. You can stream on the Criterion channel. I Am What I Am is available for free, legally streaming on YouTube with English titles in it. A Chinese animated film by Hai Ping Sun from 2021 titled I Am What I Am is also available for free and legally watched on YouTube. It has English subtitle on it. Story is about a working class boy who wants to become a lion dancer. This film have never been released in the West, so you can go have a look. And this is my newcomers for TV and movie this week. Next, Alice is gonna tell you gaming news from this week. So Alice, there you go.
All right. Final Fantasy XIV is officially headed to mobile thanks to Tencent. The reveal trailer is out now if you haven't seen it yet. Well, we all know Nintendo has never been the biggest fan of emulators. An emulator is a tool that allows one system to mimic another, enabling software, games, or operating systems designed for original systems to run at a different platform. In other words, on your PC, play PS2 games, PS1, things like that. So, Nintendo has been doing their best to shut down any Switch emulators. And it seems they may have acquired the rights to RioJinx website from its original developers. RioJinx is an open source Nintendo Switch emulator for Windows, Mac, Linux devices, basically PC. Good for them, I guess. GOG Preservation Program announced a new initiative from GOG to maintain games compatibility with modern and future systems with over 100 titles in the program. It means GOG, this entity, they want games to be compatible throughout the next gen console. It's not
like Switch 2 can play Switch 1 game, that kind of thing.
This is the idea that games will still be compatible for the next thing.
I like it.
The team behind Pokemon TCG Pocket has shared an update called Future Update Plans, revealing new booster packs are coming before the end of the year. Trading is coming in January 2025. Only certain cards are going to be tradable, and new features are in development. What that may be, only them and their lords know. Microsoft's new marketing campaign is "This is not an Xbox." To truly understand what an Xbox is equally important to understand what an Xbox is not. Saying their console is an Xbox, all of these things aren't, therefore Xbox better.
So if it's not Xbox, it's not a game.
That's not what they said. See that? I feel like it's gonna be illegal to say.
So it's just a frame of work.
Basically, it's a mind state that their marketing is gonna take. Okay, let's see. We all know Sonic the Hedgehog either through the movies, games, or merchandising opportunities. Well, a fun fact you might not know is that Sonic is a drifter with no home, moving from place to place.
Oh, like a gypsy. But he's a pet though, right? Can you consider Sonic as a pet?
No, I don't think you can call Sonic a pet.
Why not?
I think because they speak, therefore they think.
He's an alien.
He's an alien. Well, anyway, so he was homeless up until a comic featured in the 2025 Sonic the Hedgehog annual has now claimed that he lived in Green Hill Zone, which is the iconic opening level of the original Sonic the Hedgehog game. While some people were happy to hear that the young man found a home, I and many others were up in arms. How dare he afford a home when I can't even afford a shoebox?
Well, because he fight for the planet.
But thank God. According to Chris Hernandez, Sega's associate manager of Sonic the Hedgehog lore, they clarified that the annual's claim was just a misprint. So good news, Sonic is once again homeless in canon.
How is that good news?
It makes me feel better about myself. All right. According to a Rolling Stones article by Christopher Cruz, though Xbox has been pushing cloud streaming, CEO Phil Spencer says there will still be an Xbox, a physical box to buy. We'll definitely do more consoles in the future and other devices. So that's good to hear. A new Pikachu themed coin, playmat, sleeves, and frame coming for Pokemon TCG Pocket. More Pokemon news. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet has sold 8.3 million copies in Japan, dethroning Pokemon Red and Green as the best-selling Pokemon game of all time there. Pirates VR Jolly Roger is a new action adventure across a cursed island, and that's out next year on Steam and PlayStation VR 2. Flat 2 VR admin and Half-Life 2 VR lead Wormslayer talks about the next project, Half-Life 2 RTX. Please note that Half-Life 2 and both the episode sequels are free right now for a limited time to celebrate Half-Life 2's 20th anniversary. If you haven't played their VR ports yet directly on Steam, now's your chance. Though the PS5 Pro has boosted performance for games like Baldur's Gate 3 and God of War Ragnarok, some players have been experiencing teething problems with games like Silent Hill 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and Star Wars Jedi Survivor. However, developers have not yet commented on the graphical issues. Anyone still playing Assassin's Creed Syndicate on Xbox Series X and PS5 will be happy to know that there has been an update to the game allowing you to play at 60 frames per second. And that's my gaming news, Jackie, but we have more games to talk about this week, as our main topic this week will be Game of the Year 2024 nominees. Nominees for Game of the Year 2024 are out. This would be, at least for the main Game of the Year title, Astrobot, Metaphor ReFantasio, Black Myth Wukong, Jackie's favorite game, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Elden Ring Shadow of Edgetree, and Balatro. So, who do you think is going to win Game of the Year?
So if I look at, I vote for all the category, but be honest with you, I don't know every single game. I just vote for whatever I feel like they deserved. For example, Game of the Year, Best Game Direction. I vote for Black Myth Wuhan. I think they did a really good job on every single thing. There's another category called innovative and accessibility, which is recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium for play by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. That one they have Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon Age the Vanguard, Prince of Persia The Lost Crown, and Star Wars Outlaws. When I heard about they adjust the gameplay according to the hardware, software, and stuff like that with the technology, that's kind of cool. And they put a nomination on those games. So I think this encouragement for game developer to adjust a game that normal people can play on their PC, not just for the latest hardware itself. You know what I mean? For best ongoing games, they have Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, and Helldiver 2. This is an interesting category for me because Helldivers 2 is one of the standouts game for me. What I mean is may not be a good thing because of the Sony requirement to sign up with their accounts. Remember that? And a lot of people get offended by it because they force player to sign up on Sony accounts, and a lot of people don't want to do that. So I want to see the end result of this category and see who gonna take home the best ongoing game award. There's also best community support, which is recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, including of social media activity and game updates and patches they have. Boulder Gate 3, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, Helldiver 2, and No Man's Sky. From these categories, I don't see a lot of games which have a bad community. The League of Legends, for example, I heard a lot of toxic players are in the League of Legends, so I'm kind of glad that I don't see that game in these categories. For best mobile game, I want to hear what you would vote for best game playable on mobile device. They have AFK Journey, Ballastro, Pokemon Trading Card Game Podcast, Wuthering Waves, and Sanus Zone Zero. Which one would you vote for?
Fine, I guess I have to give it to Pokemon, but I feel like that's unfair.
I played Ballastro before. Personally, it's good card games, but it's not as good as Pokemon trading game because they have more graphics and it's also online gameplay as well. I'm not sure if Ballastro has an online gameplay, but Pokemon definitely have an online gameplay. You can play with people and there's more functionality, not just playing the card itself, but also you can collect, as you said before, the Pokemon Pikachu coin. You can collect that for accessories and stuff like that. So it's more variety than Ballistro. And again, I'm not sure all the other games like AFK Journey, Moving Waves, and Zone Zero. I'm not familiar with those, so I cannot judge. But I did vote for Pokemon Trading Card Games Pocket. For best VR and AR, for the best game experience playable in virtual or augmented reality, irrespective of platform, they have Arizona Sunshine Remake, Astroworld 2, Batman Arkham Shadow, Metal Hellsinger VR, and Metro Awakening. I know nothing about these categories, but I did vote for Batman Arkham Shadows because I heard a lot of good things about it, and it's only on MetaQuest, and I have MetaQuest, so there you go.
You do have a Meta Quest.
I do. I'm wearing right now doing this podcast.
Oh my god.
For the best game in the action genre, focused primarily on combat, they have Black Myth Wuhan, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldiver 2, Stellar Blade, Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. I only play Black Myth Wuhan, Helldiver 2, and again, I vote for Black Myth Wuhan. What Black Myth Wuhan is kind of interesting for me is you can see all this Call of Duty Black Ops, Helldiver 2. I'm kind of happy to see single player game like Wuhan and Stellar Blade are in this category because a lot of game right now push to multiplayer because on the paywall and stuff like that, they encourage people to buy the game plus you need to pay extra. Like Diablo, the latest one, is also a pay game, which is a full amount of game, plus you need to pay for seasonal pass and stuff like that, which is, for me, is too much. So I'm kind of glad like Blackbird Wuhong and Stellar Blade just pay for one-time payment and you play this game and you enjoy it. For indie games, shines independent game like Niva and Animal Well are nominated for categories such as Best Independent Game and Games for Impact. This demonstrates how smaller studios continue to make an impact for focusing on innovative gameplay and emotional storytelling. And franchise revival, iconic franchises such as Alan Wake 2 and Super Mario Bros. Return this year, providing enduring appeal of legacy titles. And for adaptation spotlight, the best adaptation category celebrates success cross-media ventures like Arcade League of Legends and Fallout, underscoring the storytelling potential of games beyond the medium. Fallout especially make a big impact for me because before the TV show come out, I don't think I would ever play Fallout.
Wow.
I mean, for a lot of people, it's true as well. Because if you don't make a buzz out of a game in any other format, people may not pay attention to it. After Fallout come out from the TV, they boost their sales for the game as well.
It really makes sense.
And the next I'm gonna talk about is the top 5 games with the most nominations are Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, leading with the most nomination across major categories, including Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, Best Narrative, Best Score and Music, and Best Performance. Astrobot, a strong contender with numerous knobs, particularly in Game of the Year, Best Art Direction, Best Score and Music, and Best Family Game. Black Myth Wuhong secured a spot in categories like Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, and Best Action Game. Metaphor Refantasio, recognized for its creative excellence in Game of the Year, Best Narrative, and Best Role-Play Game as well. Elden Ring Shadow of the Archery, the expansion for the acclaimed Elden Ring, make a significant impression, landing in categories like Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, and Best Role-Play Games as well. So that's the top 5 games got the most nominations. The next I'm going to tell you is the top 5 most expensive game in this year, the Game Awards nominations, reflecting both high production values and development costs. The top 5 place Baldur's Gate 3, created by Lorien Studios. This RPG game spent an expensive content on voice acting. Approximately 1 million went into voice acting for this game with over 15 named characters. Sounds design. The game studio development required an additional $500,000 covering areas such as music composition, sound effects, and mixing. Art access and programming with 350,000 lines of code, art access, and UI elements needed to bring the games to life, estimating around 15 to 18 million spent on just on that art and programming categories. With dynamic storylines all contributed to its high development costs, estimate costs for the total is 40 to 45 million just spending on this game. Baldur's Gate 3 makes more than 650 million on stream last year. Baldur's Gate 3 outsold the runner-up Hogwarts Legacy by more than doubles. So that's for the Baldur's Gate 3. The 4th place has Alan Wake 2, developed by Remedy. This is the psychological thriller, high-fidelity visuals, immersive world narrative added to the game's development expense. It is estimated to have cost about $73 million just for this game. On the 2nd place, we have The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, considerably budget due to its vast open world design, advanced mechanism, top-tier production quality, estimated to have cost them $120 million to develop this game. And on the 1st place, we have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The Final Fantasy franchise is well known for its large production budget. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is no exception. Its high-end graphics, detailed world building, elaborate narrative contribute to its price tag. Cost of making has not been officially disclosed by Square Enix, but it estimates budget for over 150 to 200 million
Holy
just for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Crazy.
So there you go for the 2024 The Games Award nomination.
All right. So Jackie, you gonna hit me with that funky music?
Yeah, let's do that. The first one I'm gonna tell you is Kevin Harris released a new mix for his song in collaboration with Rihanna. Back in 2016, Kevin Harris teamed up with Rihanna for This Is What You Came For. On Friday, November 15, Taylor Swift ex Adam Richard Willis dropped the VIP mix of the song exclusively on Amazon Music. This version is tightened, streamlined take on the original version, features a faster BPM, and added effects on Rihanna's vocal performance. This Is What You Came For was the third collaboration between Kevin and Rihanna. They had previously worked together on We Found Love in 2011 and Where Have You Been in 2012. The original version of This Is What You Came For reached number 2 on the UK single chart and number 3 in the US. The original track was co-written by Kevin x Taylor Swift. Next is Kesha had just released a new music video for her latest single, Joyride. Joyride has a Quentin Tarantino movie vibe in it. In the video, Kesha drives a vintage Jaguar convertible while being chased by assassins in a helicopter firing rounds at her. A woman in a police car and several other vehicles also pursuing her, and everyone engaged in a gunfight. If you listen to the beginning of the video, there's a voiceover explaining that Singer has been released after 9 years of wrongful imprisonment thanks to new evidence overturning her conviction. This seems to reference her real-life split from her former producer and label CEO Dr. Luke. Back in 2017, Kesha filed a lawsuit against Dr. Luke alleging physical, sexual, and emotional abuse. Dr. Luke has denied all the allegations. In 2023, the two reached a settlement in his defamation lawsuit against her. Joyride marks Kesha's first singles under her own label, Kesha Records. So if you haven't checked it, go check it out. DJ Snake leaked a snippet of Selena Gomez's new song during his Twitch stream. The track title, Let Me Love You, from what was shared, it sounds incredible and it's so good, so go check it out. Some new concert details I'm going to share with you are Kate Murray announced her Miss Possession Tour 2025. It will kick off on March 18th at Mexico City, and last leg will be at Los Angeles, September 26th. Sarah Lawson will join her as special guest in Canada and US tours, and Benny will join her as special guest in Europe and UK tours. And speaking of Mexico City, Katy Perry added 3 extra shows for her lifetime tour in Mexico after her first 3 sold out. The 3 extra shows will be at Mexico City on April 26th, Monterrey on April 29th, and in Guadalajara on May 2nd. Post Malone is set to his biggest headline tour to date. The Big Ass Stadium Tour will bring massive production to 25 stadiums across the United States and Canada. He will also joined by Jelly Roll and Sierra Ferrell on most dates as musical guests. The Big Ass Stadium Tour will start on April 29th in Salt Lake City, Utah, and will end on July 1st in San Francisco, California. The Coachella 2025 lineup have been unveiled. The event will start on Friday, April 11th and 18th. They will have Lady Gaga, Missy Elliott, Benson Boone, Lisa, Gorilla, Tyler, and more artists in it. On Saturday, April 12th and 19th, they will have Green Day, The Apple Dancer, Charlie XCX, Above and Beyond, Misfits, Anita, T-Pain, Darkseid, Jimmy Eat World, Viagra Boys, and more artists will be on those days. On Sunday, April 13th and 20th, they will have Megan Thee Stallion, Sid, Junior H, Basement Jazz, Kesha, Ty Dolla $ign, Circle Jerks, Fuckers, Snow Strippers, Soft Play, and more artists on these days as well. Yes, you heard the name right. Lastly, I will tell you what new singles and albums out from this week. Singles, we have Number One Girl by Rosie, Need That Voice by Little Nas X, Go To Your Head by Lola Brooke, Outer the Blue by Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and Alice, Beyond from Moana 2 by Naya On, Go by ST, No Feeling by Hot Boy. For albums and EP, we have Wicked Soundtrack, Moana 2 Soundtrack, Lucy EP by Emma Mark, Heart of a Woman, Sony Storm EP by Summer Walker, Man Down by Ice Cube, Crack Music 3 by Skula Baby, and How to Reassemble an Atomic Bomb by U2 is also out. And that's my music news for this week.
All right.
And next, Alice is going to tell you competition and event. What do we have, Alice?
So, for all the Fortnite fans, let's start there. Fortnite OG will return permanently on December 6th, so early Christmas for you motherfuckers. On Pokemon Go, Origin Form Dialga is back in raids, and it could have some special move, Roar of Time. On Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, details have been released for the 5-star Terra Raid battle against Shiny Rayquaza. In addition to that, new details for raid and mass outbreak events leading up to this event have been released, including shiny boosted outbreaks. Pokemon Go City Safari in Hong Kong. The designated locations to explore across Hong Kong are
Jiating, Kowloon City, Tsim Sha Tsui, Hong Kong Island, Changzhou, and Rongping.
All right. Tickets to visit these 2-day Pokemon Live event cost approximately $78 for 1 day. Attendees can purchase an add-on for the second day for approximately $60. Hong Kong dollars. There are also other add-ons available for purchase, which will give benefits like free raid passes, improved reward output, and hatching eggs at a faster rate. And the dates will be from December 7th to December 8th. And for local South African tournaments for events and games such as Fortnite, Call of Duty, EAFC, Clash of Clans, and more, check out acgl.com and metalstate.com. All right, let's go through the rapid fire, Jackie.
Rapid fire, we got to start this week from Fanatical. They have Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition for Steam is $6.99. Not for broadcast stream with 2 more games is $4.99 on Fanatical. Build your own FMV Adventure Bundle. On Humble, they have Humble Games Bundle, the Telltale Collection. For $12 include the Expanse series, The Walking Dead, the Telltale Definitive series, The Wolf Among Us, Batman the Enemy Within, Batman Telltale series, Tale of the Monkey Island Complete Pack, and they also have $6 tiers also available. On Nintendo US eShop, they have River City Girls sale is on. You can get River City Girls 1, 2, and 0 bundle for $37.49. Or you can get the individually. River City Girl 2 for $19.99, River City Girls 0 for $7.49, River City Girls for $14.99. Among Us is $3. There's a Black Friday sale is also going on until December 2nd. They have The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for $49.99, Hogwarts Legacy Digital Deluxe Edition for $20.99, Disney Illusion Island for $27.99, Disney Epic Mickey Rebrushed for $49.99, and there's more. You can check it on Nintendo eShop. Others, we have Warcraft 1 Remastered for $9.99 and Warcraft 2 Remastered for $14.99 on Battle.net. Final Fantasy 1-6 bundle is $56.24 on Xbox Live. Individual games also available on sale. Forspoken for PS5 is $14.97 on Amazon. Avatar Frontier of Pandora Limited Edition for PS5 and Xbox Series X is $19.99 on Amazon. Tales of the Abyss and Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate for 3DS on sale at VGP for $28. Sonic PS3 collection also on sale at VGP. You can go have a look. Scott Pilgrim 20th Anniversary Black and White hardcover box set for $122.42, or the full color box set for $136.11. You can order it from Amazon right now.
Project Borealis Prologue available for free on Steam. Smite 2 is free on Fanatical. And today's free Prime gaming titles are up. There's Tomb Raider Anniversary, GOG. Blade of Darkness, GOG. Chasm the Rift, GOG. House of Golf 2, EGS. Miss Holmes, The Case of the Dancing Men, Collector's Edition. Great Toy Showdown is free on Steam. New distributions have begun in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Element Stones, ELEMENTSONES gives Evolution Stones. C0SM1CST0NES gives Evolution Stones. V1TAM1NS gives 2 each vitamin. This runs until January 1st, 2026. For subscriptions, titles leaving Game Pass in 2 weeks: Like a Dragon Ishin! Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name, Persona 5 Tactica, Dicey Dungeons, Goat Simulator, Somerville, Dungeons 4. And coming to Game Pass Ultimate, this is for Xbox, there's Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, Stalker 2 Hearts of Chernobyl, Little Kitty Big City Standard, Plate Up! Standard, 9 Souls, and Aliens Dark Descent. Okay, Jackie, what are your final thoughts?
Okay, kids, you did it. First onions, now carrot. Next time when your mom say eat your vegetables, you can now say, no ma'am, I don't want to catch E. coli. And a message to Ryan Waters: putting a Bible in the classroom doesn't mean it will fix your education system. And lastly, remember, don't show your true color on your first date. Wait until the second or third date.
Alright, well, I just want to say thank you to everyone and anyone who gave us a listen, and everyone who's listened to this point. We truly and honestly appreciate any and all support. It means the world to us. If you ever want to reach out, once again, our X account, formerly known as Twitter account, is at WTWZ Podcasts. Please give us a follow. Tell us what you think. Tell us we're the worst. Tell us we're the best. And have a good day.
And we will see you next time. Have a good day.
Bye.
Every time's gonna make me what you want. Good and times gonna make me what. Every time's gonna make me what you wanna. Every time's gonna make me what you wanna. Good and times gonna make me what. Every time's gonna make me what you wanna.